Guys, thanks for joining me for part 2 of my conversation with my colleague, Lokosu. We're going to talk about healthcare, education, and spirituality. Okay, guys, we are going to get into it, and I am inviting you guys to come and join me, okay? Wow. So now let's shift a little bit from the official into the fun. Okay. Let's go a little bit into lifestyle, okay. And talk quickly about some things that I have encountered and questions that I get, right? And so now I haven't personally encountered this one so much, but I've heard some really good things. Okay. So tell me about healthcare here, because I've heard there's a brand new, like, fabulous new hospital and the clinics and all of these things. So I don't know, but tell me about healthcare here in Benin.
I think I will not go into that too much.
Okay.
But I can tell you, as at the time we are making this video, the Republic of Benin has the best equipped hospital in West Africa. So basically, you can just do your research about that. As at the moment we are making this video, the Republic of Benin has the best equipped, the best equipped hospital in West Africa.
Yes, and a clinic system.
Yes,
there's local clinics around.
Yes, and of course, it is almost it is the cleanest city. That is just an old glory. We don't have to talk about that. The cleanest city in West Africa.
Yes.
Right now, the passport is the second highest in West Africa also.
Okay.
And of course, the Republic of Benin is also free entry for everyone holding African citizenship. And I think basically those are some of the things that I can just remember offhand right now.
Yeah,
and of course, when you talk about healthcare, now I don't want to make it as if, but when you take the Republic of Benin and most parts of Africa, I think the Republic of Benin is like 5 years, 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
in healthcare.
Okay.
So basically, that is what.
Okay. So then the next question would be: there are people who are considering moving here, and they have school-age children. So what can you tell me about education here?
So now let me tell you about education. I don't know, but if you are I didn't go to school in I don't know the American school system, but it is one it is almost the same if you compare exactly to France.
Okay.
Yes. If you compare,
so it's a pretty high level of education.
If you compare to France.
Yes.
Now you may be thinking, because you speak English, what about your children? I can tell you that almost everywhere you are living in the Republic of Benin, you will get bilingual school here.
Okay, bilingual.
Now, I live in Port Novo personally, but right on my street, I have 5 bilingual schools. Or not, let me not say my street, my area.
Your area,
the area. I have the one I have seen. Not the one, like the ones I've not seen, the one I've seen 5 bilingual school in my area.
French,
so they speak French, they speak French and English in the school.
Yes.
And of course, when you talk about the university, like it's almost everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost everywhere. So basically, if you have school-age children, you want them to hear English and you want them to hear French, yes, the schools are available, and they are mostly private schools.
I can say that that's probably mostly true, even though I don't have school-age children. Because I have a teaching type of spirit, I'm a teacher, I interact with children very well. So even in our neighborhood, I always say, let me speak to the children, because I speak French like a small child, right? And so I'm always speaking to the kids. And when they learn that I am English, they say Inglés, and I try to speak French. Now I'm coming out in the morning when I go on my walks, and I say bonjour. They say good morning. Good morning. Thank you. They're talking to me in English. I am trying to speak to them in French, but they're speaking to me. They recognize that I'm English, so they're speaking to me in the English language.
So that is also true. Let me also tell you that even in government schools, it is compulsory that students, that is college students, learn English for 4 hours every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is not if you are looking for bilingual school, it is from nursery.
Okay.
But in college, it is compulsory.
Okay.
It's compulsory that students learn English for 4 hours every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I am not having really problems here. I keep my little Wi-Fi router with me, so I have access to online, and I pull up my translator because there's a good education. I can vouch that there is a good education system here because there's nobody that I've ever passed my phone to read my translator and they couldn't read it.
Yeah, especially in the city of Cotonou,
right.
Almost everybody is educated.
Okay. So I use my translator, but I also humble myself, brother. I humble myself. I smile. I say, I say merci. I say thank you, and I ask for help. Yeah. So because I come with a willing spirit, then people receive me with a willing spirit, right? Yeah. The little lady in the shop that's right down the street from my house, now we go to her regularly. Almost every day we're going to her to buy something, right? Yeah. And I'm always trying to speak to her in French, but now I notice in the last couple of weeks, she's talking back to me in English. Yeah. She says she wants to get better with her English. Yes. I want to get better with my French. Yeah. So we are we helping each other. Exactly. That's the way it works. It's really all about your willingness to be
live among the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to wind this down, but we're going to wind it down with a little bit of a touchy. We're gonna talk about this one thing that people are a little bit afraid of, but I don't think you should be, because I believe in basing everything in truth, right? So let's talk a little bit about religion and spirituality. What I know as far as statistics and my research is that this place here is about equally divided between Christians and Muslims. But then there are some other traditional religions, specifically Vodun, that seem to scare people sometimes a bit. So I don't feel scared and I don't feel threatened in any way. But could you speak a little bit about
now the
that?
thing is, now if you ask me to speak about Vodun and the society of the Republic of Benin, I can speak an entire other video.
Okay, so, we'll have to make a whole different video
let
on
me just talk about it briefly. I'm from the Republic of Benin, and I have a very deep knowledge of voodoo. I grew up with voodoo, and then I am a Christian. Now, even till now, my father is still a very big voodoo priest in my area.
But you are Christian.
But I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, if you are talking about the Republic of Benin, you must have seen Zangbeto already.
Yes.
Now, if you have seen Zangbeto, in my then we have districts and then we have some local places, we call them arrondissement. If you get to my arrondissement and you say you are talking about Agbo Tolubaba, like almost everyone will direct you to my father's house. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, voodoo is just the secret that they didn't tell you. Somebody tied something here in his hand. The thing is white, but you don't know that it's white. So he said, and he told you that what is inside here is red.
Okay.
But because you have some misconception about red, you begin to argue that, red is some kind of evil. Actually, it is in white. So when he just opened it for you, you see something white. So voodoo is a culture, it's some people's culture. Now maybe I will bring this conversation into it. I will say you say you went to watch Egungun
a
few days ago.
Yes.
And I told you that some people, now when you go there now, what you like to see is when Egungun is dancing. Right? So do you get the point now? So somebody like me, if the Egungun is beating people around, that is when it is sweet for me.
Right.
And of course, the Egungun cannot beat me, because if the Egungun beats me, it will pain me. But someone that will be there, and of course I believe you have seen it.
I've been there.
Exactly. So somebody there will leave himself for the Egungun to flog him. Yes. But when that
They were
Egungun
enjoying it.
exactly. When that Egungun flogged that person, when you went to ask that person, because he's initiated to that Egungun,
Yes.
he will tell you that it doesn't pain him.
Yes.
That flogging
let
doesn't.
me tell you what
No,
I
let me
read.
just finish so that
Okay,
the
sorry,
people
sorry,
can just get
yes,
the point.
yes.
Yeah.
He said it doesn't pain him.
Yeah. So that person, even though it is paining that person, the person will say, "No, it doesn't pain me." To make sure that you also
Enjoy.
join them, or you also initiate to that Egungun, so that you can just have that cultural excitement.
Experience, yes.
I can tell you, as a matter of fact, I have seen before turning to Christian, my mother was a voodoo. Was initiated into voodoo. Now there is a 3 level of initiation into voodoo.
Yes.
There is the level of I just like voodoo. I just when they are playing, I play with them. And then there is a level of I'm going to initiate myself into voodoo so that I can actually help inside of the shrine.
Okay.
And then there is the stage of you are actually the voodoo partner.
Right.
Right. So my mother was at a point in her life for like 30 years, she was actually the voodoo herself.
Okay.
Are you getting the point?
I'm getting it. But
Yes.
then what caused you to convert to Christianity?
No, I did not convert to Christianity.
Oh.
That is why till now I do not argue about religion.
Okay.
I'm almost irreligious, but I lean more toward the Christian faith.
Okay.
But I promote voodoo.
Okay.
So some people told, especially not people in the Republic of Benin, but because in the Republic of Benin, voodoo is a lifestyle.
Yes.
Voodoo is a lifestyle. Somebody, you can just see someone that say, I will not eat this.
Yes.
Not really because there is something special, because he's leaning towards
Because
a
it's
particular
their
voodoo.
practice that
Exactly. He's leaning towards a particular voodoo, and in that set of voodoo, it is not allowed to eat this stuff.
Right.
Now, another misconception why people think about voodoo as a very bad stuff is because they think voodoo kill people.
Yeah. Did they work spells and magic and all that stuff?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, voodoo does not kill people. Voodoo does not kill people. I'm a cultural tour advisor. And of course, I'm based more on the voodoo culture and the Beninese culture.
Right.
I'm a cultural tour advisor. Voodoo does not kill people.
Right.
When you want to make something in Africa, they say you give dog a bad name so that you can kill him, because the dog doesn't do you anything. So, but you give him a bad name so that you can kill him. Many people, the idea of voodoo they have is they get the idea from Christianity. How do you want to know about someone and you went to meet his enemy to talk about him? He will talk all the evil things about him.
Right. Well, okay, let me give you one correction there and a little bit of insight, because we had a little bit of a conversation off camera, and it was quite enlightening, right? I would say that it's not necessarily Christianity, but it's specifically the American version of Christianity that we have all been taught. And I made a statement to you that we all bust out laughing about, right? And I said, it's impossible to have a hero without there being a villain.
Exactly.
Right? And so we talked about the Beninese actor that we all know, most of us know, Jimun Hunsu. He's from Benin. We would know him from movies like The Amistad. Give us us free.
From movies.
Right.
We know him as
you
our
know him
citizen.
as your citizen. We know him from the movies, right? But there was a documentary that he did on Netflix about his country, about religion. He is from the Ouida area. And he talked about growing up in Vodun. And he said he never heard these demonic and evil descriptions about Vodun until he went to America. He never knew these things because the religion that he grew up with, the spiritual practices that he grew up with, were about faith and about goodness and about, you know, and about good versus evil and all of these things. It was not about the way that we are given a view. And so I will tell you this is just me talking, and I agree with you. I never argue about religion. People were afraid when I moved to Gambia because it's a primarily Muslim country, right? And people were still afraid, oh, Phoenix, I said, listen, I know what I believe. Nobody can convince me from what I believe. I can value and appreciate what other people believe, right?
Yeah.
My whole thing is understanding. As long as we put forth an effort to understand each other, we can live in community.
Exactly. Now, I get your point, but let me even shock you the more.
Okay. Ooh, shock.
Last month, even though I have never get into my father's Zangbeto shrine, I actually bought cement for them
Okay.
to build the fence of the shrine.
Okay.
I have never gotten into it.
Right.
Voodoo is a lifestyle here.
Because humanity is humanity,
Yes.
brothers. You still understand? This is the thing. My husband and I talk about outreach ministry. And people sometimes think it's weird because they say, oh, how can that be ministry? They are not in the church. They're not in the pulpit. They don't see me wearing a collar. And I say ministry is actually living out your beliefs. It's not about standing up, holding something and preaching at people and telling them you better this or you go in here and you're going to do this, right? It's about helping people. We live in community with people. We are connected with people of all different faiths, all different cultural backgrounds. I like to, so when I went to the Egungun Festival, it was quite interesting because for me, I'm a designer.
Yeah.
So what fascinated me
was the
the costume. I wanted to know how long did it take them to create these things.
Exactly.
It's so intricate.
Exactly.
It is beautiful. It's artwork.
Exactly.
For me, it was no different than going to a Broadway show in New York City and looking at the costuming and saying, my God.
Maybe I think you just remind me now. Do you know, Vodun or voodoo is in 3 stages?
Ah.
Yes. Like I really forgot this time.
Okay.
Voodoo, first of all, is art.
It's art, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voodoo is art. And then it is culture.
Okay, yes.
And then it is religion.
Yes. Now, very quickly, I'm gonna show you something. Just because I told you I took video of us going to the Egungun Festival, and I'm
Yes.
gonna be posting that to my channel.
Okay.
But I wrote down some things because I'm doing a voiceover, and I want to tell you something that I wrote down that was quite interesting. It says that that the observance of this is really about community. It is a way of acting out the connection between the ancestors and the living, and it is also a way for the masquerades to address community, good behavior, bad behavior, and to invoke people to do right in their community.
I think you know voodoo very well.
Let me tell you, I believe in reading and understanding. You see, because a lot of people don't actually live out what they practice.
Exactly.
So for me as a Christian, my scriptures tell me in all things get understanding. That's one of the things I live in. So I go to try to get the understanding. And for all the people that say this thing is bad, this is bad, I said, let me go see. Let me go do the research, right? So when I actually dug deep into the research about the Egungun and the spirits and the things that they do, they're actually talking to their own people about doing what's wrong and what's right. That's how the flogging even came about. Because if you are doing wrong, the ancestors will come back and they will flog you because you are being bad now. You must be good.
No. I think I think your research is so accurate. You're very, very accurate. I thought you just imagine something like that because that is exactly what the voodoo is.
Yes.
Because what voodoo does is you misbehave in a community. The voodoo can say, because you misbehave, this is your punishment.
Right.
Now, let me take you an example, the example of Zangbeto. Zangbeto can actually evict you from an area or a village.
Right.
Because you commit adultery with another person's wife.
Right.
Mostly they evict men.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
They evict men mostly because if you went to get an issue with someone else's wife, you can be evicted from that community.
And that's the thing. It's a cultural standard.
Exactly. It's a cultural
and
standard.
You must behave.
That you cannot do
whatever you want.
You cannot do whatever you want. So it is your, and then the Zangbeto is also communication between the ancestors and the people alive. And you can practice any religion. There are, according to my research, there are over 4,000 religions in the world.
Yes.
So no one can just come and say this is the standard of life.
Yeah,
so basically, when people think about voodoo does not kill people. Yeah, I can tell you as a matter of fact, the Republic of Benin is the birthplace of voodoo. The Republic of Benin is the birthplace of voodoo. Anywhere, even in the Caribbean. So voodoo in the Republic of Benin doesn't kill people. They don't kill people for rituals. They actually communicate with ancestors and them. Now, I will also say there is difference between voodoo and witchcraft. So, when you are thinking of voodoo, the voodoo in the Republic of Benin doesn't kill.
This is a valid conversation because as we address, and I'll circle it around so we can wind up, as we address Afro descendants coming back to our heritage, in the same way that my brother and I would have been pitted against each other, right? You've been told bad things about me, I've been told bad things about you. This is where the comment comes, if you want to have a hero, you must create a villain. So part of the conversion process of getting captured Africans and slaves into the type of Christianity that they wanted them to observe was to demonize the practices that they already had and to tell them that they were bad, that they were wicked, right? I'm not saying that you should come and convert to whatever. I'm saying that in my observation, people who practice one particular religion are no more demonic than people who practice any other religion. It is what you are drawn to, and we all live by the consequence of what we believe, period. That's it, right? We won't know whether we were right or wrong until we get to the other side.
Until we get to the final
we really won't know, right? And so that's the thing. I would like to just say, I would love for us all to keep an open mind, for us to tell the truth to each other, right? We all have good and bad. We all have things that are great about us and about our culture, and we all have things that could be improved about our culture, right? This is not about one place is better than the other. It's about us having options. This is why we do this, because Benin is one of the options of places that you can go, you can get citizenship, you can choose to live outside of America if that's what you like. It's not the only option, right? There are many different options, but this is one. I happen to like it. I happen to have found a place, even with the language barrier. I feel really at home here. I feel good. It feels peaceful and tranquil, right? And I'm learning more every day. So one day I hope that we will be able to do one of these videos and we'll be speaking in French. Okay?
Definitely. So,
So we'll be back with you guys as we plan out, the growth of this partnership. We're also hoping to take you out on some excursions to see some things. We're going to go out and visit some of the historical places and some of the places that you'd love to see, show you on video, show you how cool this place is.
And I just forgot to talk about it. The neighborhood for Afro descendants. Maybe we will see how it's going to be, even though we are all busy most time, and the place is a bit of outskirts of Cotonou. That is the in Ouidah, another the third capital of the Republic of Benin. But we are going to work something out. If it's something that we can get there, we will definitely get there.
Go and see,
of course, show you how it looks like.
They're talking about putting together a community, city for Afro descendants. It will not be exclusive to Afro descendants, but it would be an inclusive place, right? And a place that you can build community if that's something that interests you. So we're going to be talking about it. We're going to go see as well as visit other places. So I encourage you to subscribe to both of our channels. I'm going to post links down in the video, in the description, right? And visit us often. We'll be back talking with you guys again, yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you on the next video.
And a special shout out to DG Hotel, Restaurant, and Bar for letting us use their beautiful rooftop to film this video.